After the tragedy at Astroworld in 2021, many questioned whether Travis Scott's career could ever recover. The crowd surge that led to multiple deaths and injuries cast a dark shadow over the rapper's name, and the backlash was immediate and intense. Festivals dropped him from their lineups, endorsements disappeared, and silence followed from a voice that had once dominated hip-hop charts. But behind the scenes, Travis Scott was not just watching it all collapse. He was working on something deeper. He was figuring out how to rebuild. In the months that followed, Travis retreated from the public spotlight. There were no sudden statements, no attempts at quick forgiveness. Instead, there was space. A quiet acknowledgement that some wounds don't heal with words alone. He stayed low, focused on fatherhood, and began putting his energy into music again. But this time, with the weight of the past in every beat. It wasn't about escaping what had happened. It was about confronting it, processing it, and slowly finding his voice again. His return to music was cautious, but intentional. First came features, subtle hints that he was still here. Then came talk of a new album, Utopia, a project that had been in the works before the tragedy, but now carried a new layer of meaning. The pressure wasn't just to make a hit anymore. It was to show growth, responsibility, and artistic evolution. Travis knew that people weren't just listening for bangers. They were listening to see who he had become. When Utopia finally dropped, it wasn't a loud, brash return some expected. It was layered, reflective, and experimental. It showed a Travis Scott who was still searching, still driven, but more aware of his platform and the responsibility that comes with it. The visuals, the themes, the performances, they all felt more curated, more controlled. It was less about the chaos and more about the craft. Public opinion didn't shift overnight. For some, the pain of Astroworld is still too fresh. But others have started to see the comeback not just as a return to music, but as a reminder of how fragile fame can be. Travis hasn't tried to erase what happened. Instead, he's trying to move forward with it as part of his story. He's launched initiatives for concert safety, spoken more thoughtfully in interviews, and made sure his shows now reflect a deeper level of oversight and care. His fans never left. They waited, and slowly, new listeners came back too, drawn in by the music, but staying for the evolution. The comeback wasn't built on headlines. It was built on resilience, on learning from the silence, not rushing to fix a reputation, but allowing time to speak louder than any apology ever could. Inside Travis Scott's comeback after Astroworld is a story of reckoning, reflection, and renewal. It's about the heavy weight of fame and the quiet journey back to purpose. He may never escape the shadow of what happened, but in many ways, he's choosing to carry it forward, not as baggage, but as part of the path. And with every beat, every verse, and every step forward, he's proving that comebacks aren't about forgetting the past. They're about facing it head on and still finding a way to rise.